Hey, what's up, everybody? Bdf coming at you with another video. All right, so this is my last meal I'm about to get before the colonoscopy, in theory. And what I mean by that is I've checked several different sources. Some give you different instructions in regards to how to prepare for the colonoscopy. Online, they tell you, well, on where I checked on Google, they were essentially saying you can have certain types of like puree, I think they said, or like bouillon cube water. The only thing that's remotely halfway solid that you can eat is like what do you call it, crap? Jello, right? But it has to have no dyes. So that's the type of thing that they want you to start doing tomorrow morning. But then I looked at the side of the box of the solution that they provided me that's supposed to clean the system, and it said in the morning, the day before, you can have breakfast, which is tomorrow morning. You can have breakfast. You can have certain types of breakfast: egg, biscuits, no wheat. But you know, there are certain things you can eat the morning of, but after that breakfast begins your cleansing process. So I was prepared that this would be my last meal, but I may eat a little light breakfast in the morning. They said you can have certain types of fruit without seeds, so I might have like a banana and maybe something like that, so an apple or something like that. You know what I mean? I could probably eat that in the morning when I wake up. Other than that, I don't get to eat anything until pretty much after the colonoscopy. So that's over 24 hours, no meal. So I do believe that, knowing me, I probably will eat a banana or two tomorrow and an apple or something like that. But if I'm too effectively cleansed, it's important that I don't screw this up, because what ends up happening is they'll start the colonoscopy, find your system is not clean, and then make you do this situation again. As to which my commitment may not necessarily be that strong to this process, especially after what I'm about to go through tomorrow night with the cleansing itself. I'm not as encouraged. When I asked the old girl at the Studio Lodge Hotel if they had any rooms tomorrow, she said, yeah, there'll be some rooms, but probably after 3 o'clock. I got to start the process of putting the saline in the body at 1. There won't be a bathroom for me to use. So that's a real monkey wrench if that is what the reality is tomorrow. If I can't get into a room by 3 o'clock, I'll be 2 hours off, because I'm surely not putting any solution in my body that requires me to hug a toilet if I don't have a toilet to hug. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no public bathroom in that building. It's only whatever's in the rooms. And so I'm hopeful that God will find me worthy of a room before that, because a lot of what I'm able to do on time is determined by how available the rooms will be. So, and then I got Bible study tomorrow as well. The Lakers game is tomorrow as well, even though those things don't overlap at all tomorrow. But this is the point. I got a lot to do tomorrow. I got to retrieve the money that I need to pay them. Hopefully, I won't have to go all the way to the cop stop at the police station to get that done. Because I really don't have the time tomorrow, nor should I be doing anything really tomorrow, except for being in the room, you know, with all this crap that I got to be doing. So that's what's going on, man. I'm you know, I feel good. I'm well rested. I got over here no problem. Decided not to do any art or anything when I got in the room. I just did a little NBA video and took a nap after I listened to it. I didn't really care to watch too much of the playoff games that were on earlier. I watched a little bit of the Knicks game just now, but I didn't really care too much for that either. I'm really only interested in my team, if I'm being honest with you. The rest of these teams, the matchups can be kind of interesting to a degree to see if my predictions pan out, but I'm not overly excited about the playoffs outside of my own squad. I'm really not. But that we're involved and we're doing well so far is super encouraging. So yeah, that's definitely a thing. Been definitely enjoying the Lakers these last couple of days, and we'll continue to tomorrow. But yeah, man, that's really it. I took a nice little nap, woke up, and took a great shower in this room, and then found myself trying to call them and I couldn't reach them. So I'm like, you know what, I'm not going to do what I did last time and let them take the money out of the account, because I need every coin in that account tomorrow, not knowing if I'm going to just have to pay the ATM fees, which is highly possible tomorrow, because I don't think I'm going to go to the cop stop to do my banking. That's just going to be too much time consuming crap that needs to be done. I need to be able to I need to be able to get into the room rather quickly. Now, it may be a situation where I have to wait 3 hours anyway, as to which might as well walk to the cop stop. But to be honest with you, I'll cross that road when I get to it. I really would rather not have to go that route. But yeah, man, it's been a rainy day on this side of town. I didn't expect for it to rain, and it's been raining. It's light rain right now, but I got my umbrella with me just in case. And I was able to call them for this food right before I turned on the camera, but my intention was to leave the house and just pay for it here and then just wait if necessary, because I really don't want any trouble with my account. So I'm gonna pay cash, and the only way that you can reserve the food online is if you give them your card information. So I was like, nah, I'd rather walk down there, physically order in there in person, and then wait 20 minutes than pull a single coin out of my account. for what I got going on, not a chance. So that's really what's up with me, man. I feel pretty good. Talked to my boy T yesterday. He's doing good, but my little nephew, my boy Farai's son, got hit by a car, man. Prayers out to my boy Eli. I know that he's okay though. They were just keeping him in the I think they said they were keeping him in the hospital for monitoring. I think that's what T said. But they expected he's gonna make a full recovery, no structural damage. I don't know what the how things went, but he got hit while he was on his bike, and so that was very concerning. Eli, Eli's probably about 14, something like that, 13 years old. So that's like my son. You know what I mean? My boy Farai. That's his boy and his wife Jessica. So yeah, when I heard that, I'm like, all right, man, it's a little much. But it's crazy because I've been putting them on my prayer list recently. I've been thinking about them a lot lately, just at random. And it turns out that during the days I was praying for him, he was going through this. So that's how God works in my life. But yeah, man, definitely glad that the Lord spared him, man. That's our little dog over there, man. And even though that's not blood relatives for me, like the Muyunga family is not blood relatives, but I mean, I know them folks and been close to them folks for years. Since high school for me. My boy T and Farai, I was going over their house when I was, in my late years in high school. And, it's one of those situations where it's family. It's family at this point. You know what I mean? We lost people together. You know what I mean? Folks came to my mother's funeral. I went to my boy Farai's mother's funeral. We also lost their uncle, Ouija. We called him Ouija, but his name was Winston. So like we got we got loved ones in the sky together. That kind of thing. People that I think about, you know what I mean? So it's not even friendship, really. It's family with folks that you know that long and been that close to. When I got into some of my worst situations, my boy T was right there, When I was getting knocked out at that situation I told you about several times, when I was in like 25 years old getting beat up by those Jamaican dudes, the last thing I remember before I passed out was my boy T socking one of them in the face. Like, that's what that is right there. So I told him what I had going on. He was like, man, you want me to pick you up? I was like, I don't think it'll be necessary, but I'll keep you on standby just in case things don't work out with the transportation. Because to be honest with you, they haven't hit me in regards to the transportation. They usually send you text right after you set it up to, go to whatever, you go through your insurance company in regards to like these medical things. I always end up using that these days. And they have a process where they send you an email, they text you and say, yo, you have reserved time to be picked up and dropped off. This is when you can expect. I haven't received any of those texts, so I will be calling them again tomorrow. See if I can get that confirmation that they are actually going to show up. Because I definitely told the guy, definitely talked to him, definitely reserved the cars, but I never got any of the text. So it's one of those situations where they don't allow for you to call your own Uber. You can use Uber through your medical stuff, and then that's like a different type of thing where they allow for it. But if you know they want it, they for specifically the type of thing that I'm doing, they want you to call someone you know, have them drop you off. They would like to meet that driver, and then they want you to be picked up by somebody. That same somebody when the process is over with. And so it's like, if you're not taking your transportation through them, that's the only transportation this place will allow you to take. It's either, if not, they're not going to do the procedure. So that's a real thing. So I told my boy T, I was like, look, man, I may need you to do that, but I don't think I will, because there shouldn't be any reason why I can't get transportation. And the good thing about this transportation process is you can call it day of. You can call it when it's time to leave and set that appointment up, and they'll send the car right away. So it's not like there should be any monkey wrenches in me being able to get that transportation last minute if for some reason it's not reserved. That shouldn't be a thing. So, yeah, man, I just, just trying to make sure I do everything I'm supposed to do, man. Make sure I have everything I need so that when it is time, there's nothing in the way of me, including transportation, cleansing, everything I want all set up and ready to go. And it just looks like it may be some monkey wrenches in a lot of these processes based on things that are outside of my control, whether or not I can get a room on time, all of that type of stuff. It's determining how well the cleanse may go. Now, my thing is, I know that they want you to, take the saline solution at 1 o'clock and then take it again at 7. If I have to start the process at 3, I'm 2 hours off. But I know how to zoom, kind of give it an extra 2 hours. So instead of taking the solution at 7, I'll take it at 9. And then just be up all night if I have to be. I'm going to sleep there because they're going to put you out for the procedure. So I'll get at least 2 hours of sleep when I get to the hospital for the procedure. So that's what it is, man. As I told you guys, I did man up and check out what the procedure is. It's not something I think is I want to be awake for at all. If they give you an option whether or not to be awake or asleep, I definitely would rather them put me out. But I don't really know how my body's going to react to that medication. That's what I am not pleased with, is knowing how sensitive my body is, knowing how weird my body can be at times. I really don't like any medication. My body hasn't reacted well to the gas medication, that Gas X stuff that my doctor was telling me to take. I had a headache yesterday morning after taking that the night before. I was out of this world, man, and I knew it was only because I took that medication, because I had felt that headache several times, just not to that degree after taking that stuff. And so it's like, man, my body hates medication, y'all, low key. You don't never got to worry about me taking drugs or, you know what I mean, popping pills or snorting anything. You don't never have to worry about that, because my body hates all that stuff. My body hates every bit of medication, no matter what it is. If it's man-made, chances are my body hates it. So it's one of them situations where I ain't not at all excited about what my body looks like under that type of anesthesia, because I've never been put under at the hospital. Never been had any type of sedatives like that whatsoever. So don't know how my body gonna react to that. Not looking forward to finding out. But yeah, man, as far as me like being afraid of the procedure itself, I don't really feel any concern about that. I believe it or not, I feel less happy about the needle that goes in the arm for the anesthesia than I do about the colonoscopy itself. Especially after the last experience I had with a lady taking blood just a few days ago with my right arm. That was not cool at all. Just how that felt, the size of that damn needle, that was not it. So if anything, I'm not looking forward to the soreness of the arm from the needle staying in the arm throughout the procedure. The potential of movement with the needle concerns me more than anything else, which is weird, to be honest with you. But I just think when it comes to colonoscopy, I'm pretty much at peace with what has to happen. I don't like it, but like I said, I'd rather not be awake for it. That's the most important thing. As long as I ain't awake, I will live with that. But if I have to be awake for that, I may chicken out. Just being honest. But it is what it is, man. I'm ready to take my health seriously. I spent a good portion of my adult life ignoring this type of thing. I've taken good care of myself exercise-wise, but whatever's going on with me in my gut has been a problem for years. So if ever there's somebody who needs to have a colonoscopy and have people check something out, it's me. And I know that. I've known that for the entire time. It's just, I'm only, at this point, actually mature enough to do what I need to do to get it done. Only at this point. Man, years and years and years, I can tell you, it's never going to happen. But now, I'm just stronger. I feel better about living, if that makes any sense. I got more to live for at this point than I feel I've had. Accomplishing things, proud of myself. Life is worth preserving a bit more than it was when these symptoms first started hitting. And so that's kind of what it is. Kind of love yourself a little more. Be willing to do whatever you need to do to keep you around. See purpose in your life. It's in areas where I was just out here having fun, smoking weed, playing video games. There wasn't much to my life. I was alone. I didn't have nothing going on. And, for me, it was like the discomfort of what it takes to take care of my health wasn't worth it. I don't feel that way today. I don't feel that way anymore at all. So that's really what it is, man. I just want things that are outside of my control to work out. That's it. I'm not thrilled about fasting at all. I've never fasted before. My body tends to hate not eating after a while. I tend to get headaches off of that type of thing too. So I'm wondering how my body's going to react to that. But I do think that filling up your body with water, particularly warm water, can be a good thing under these circumstances. Because when I was sick with the flu, I was forced to fast. So if you want to count that, I went like 2 days without a meal during that March flu 2 years ago. And I lost, I don't remember, probably like 10, 15 pounds during that week process. So why I didn't feel hungry was because not only the sickness, but because I was constantly filling my body with warm water. And what it did was flush everything out. So that may be a process I put to the test tomorrow if for some reason I feel like the solution isn't doing the job. But I have no doubt that the solution is going to be remarkably effective in getting stuff cleansed. The question is, to the degree that's necessary for them to do the colonoscopy, is especially since I've been eating a lot of oatmeal and stuff like that. So I've been adding nuts to my diet and things like that at a rather, ridiculous rate for what I have coming up. But I just didn't know that you couldn't have that stuff. That wasn't something I realized until I did the homework a few days ago, and they said, yo, don't eat nuts right now. Wait a minute, what? So that was kind of a thing there. But yeah, man, I don't know if this weather wants to rain or if it wants to get warm, because I see the sun beaming on my head right now, and it's just a little strange. But all in all, I feel good. I feel well rested. The shower was great. I feel at peace. God did a lot of good things these last couple of weeks for me. Exiting this room this past 3-week period, I felt like the Lord got closer to me. I felt like we accomplished a lot artistically with the different things I've been trying to do on this channel. There's a lot of videos left here that I'm proud of. Homework being done, consistency and dedication taken to a different level with this basketball homework thing that I've been doing on all these draft picks. You know, accomplishing that over the last month and a half, well, probably like 30 days, month or so, has been, you know, a different level of consistency, making sure that each and every day I'm watching homework on a brand new prospect, watching and paying attention and reporting on that, you know, on top of everything else that I try to do consistently. That was a different level, man. There were times during this process where I wanted to watch something else, where I had other things on my mind, but I found myself each and every day staying dedicated to the process. And I just think that's a different level for me. That's a different level of dedication for my own personal goals. So yeah, we accomplished a lot with that. And I think I'm more prepared for an NBA draft than I ever was before in any year. So that's something I appreciate. I appreciate having knowledge in my head. What I don't appreciate is having to do the homework to get it there. Being knowledgeable about anything is awesome. Studying anything has sucked. And as somebody who didn't do a lot of studying, didn't go to college, I went to college, but not with any interest in actually doing the work. Went to school, but not with any interest in actually doing the work. I'm not a well-studied person in a lot of areas, you know. But when it comes to this particular draft, I think I studied for that about as hard as I studied for anything, honestly. And so that's something I think is dope for my own little personal goals. But yeah, man, a little lightheaded. I'm telling you, I think it comes from that medication, that Gas X crap. I didn't take it last night, but I've been feeling groggy since putting that in my body. And I just, you know, I can't win for losing. If I don't take it, I have the issues. If I do take it, I have this issue. And that's kind of the story with pharmaceuticals in general. You take medication that creates other problems. And we've talked about this a lot of times, which is why I don't believe in medication unless absolutely necessary. This I just bit the bullet on because it was one of those things where the doctor was telling me it was a solution for what I've been struggling with. But it created a different problem, and I just am reminded why I stay away from medication entirely. This is not how I move. I don't be having these type of headaches. You know what I mean? Not at all. Not in this era of my life. I think some of that also has to do with me not exercising as much. I spent an entire week without proper ventilation in the room, of course, because they had boarded up. I told you guys they had boarded up the room. That's second week for the painting on the side of the building, so wasn't as much air coming through that room for this 3-week period as what I'm used to, which is something that really was an adjustment, and I think that might have catered to some of it as well. So it's just a lot of different things that when this colonoscopy process is done, I'd like to get my body back to walking a bit more. Stop taking chances with my diet like I had been, trying to doctor up these meals, give myself some stretch period where I'm just eating the way I'm supposed to eat, because I don't like feeling like this. This is exactly what I exercise to keep from feeling like. So I think all of those things come together to why I be having these little headaches, this week. But we're just gonna move along, man. At the end of the day, I'm outside right now. It feels great, getting fresh air. After rain, air is always nice. We get ready for this fast process after I eat this here wonderful Thai rice meal that I've ordered here. One of my favorite meals in this era of my life. So, man, I don't doubt that God is with me on everything I got going on. He's already shown that, proven that. I'm pretty sure He's already expressed to me that this process is going to be a very good one for me. I don't know what they're going to find. Hopefully nothing. But if they do find something, we'll be ready, to attack whatever it is. You know what I mean? I'm not immortal. At the end of the day. And having watched my mother go through what she went through with cancer, I know what's possible. You know what I mean? And my aunt as well, I watched her go through that too. There's a certain level of suffering I never experienced, but I watched them go through it. And so I have a certain understanding of the type of roads that could be ahead if something goes wrong with this. But It is what it is, man. This is life. Like I said, I'm not immortal. The body is not immortal. You got to take care of the one you got, because if you don't, this is what ends up happening. There are a lot of traps out there for the pharmaceuticals and the medical community to be very wealthy off of. That's what it really comes down to. And those we've talked about this several times, but I think there are a lot of industries that work in unison to make each other wealthy. And you start realizing what the powers that be are really about. It's a lot of sadistic energy behind a lot of the powers that be as well. They want to see people suffer. They don't necessarily have solutions for you. Their ideologies and what it is they believe in tends to have to do with wanting to see people in pain and take things from people and stuff like that. And so when you start to really become aware of the spirit of those who control the globe itself, the way the inner workings of finance and stuff like that, when you start realizing these people, you know, and what they're about, you understand why some of the troubles that we have are in place. It's not that they're necessary. There are a lot of people out there who are inflicting pain on people for the sake of their own interests, for the sake of their own ideologies and spiritual intentions. So that's why I think if you can find a way around taking their medication, if you can find a way around eating their foods, if you can find a way around partaking in their propaganda machines and becoming addicted to the things that they give you, you'll likely be better for it. Because the more you learn about the ones at the top, the more you understand that it's not as simple as they're trying to make money and provide solutions. It's not that. Some of these people are devil worshippers, and they want to hurt people. They want to hurt people bad, and that's the reality of what's at the top of this game we call capitalism. When you weed those people out, then we can start really helping one another, finding solutions that actually don't have problems attached to the solutions. People will look intentionally for things that help people rather than trusting these people who want the worst for humanity. Bdf 44. I thank y'all for watching.